Good evening. Time for another candle wax review. I know you're all excited, so let's get into it.
Candle wax review! Mother flipping candle wax review! Let's go!
Today we're going to be reviewing C3 SOY wax. It's pretty cheap. You can get 22 kilos for about £100, so it does make it a bit cheaper than other waxes. So let's give it a go.
So I've got slightly different jars for this. Really good glass adhesion. Bad tops. Quite a few sinkholes. But glass adhesion, well impressed with that. So yeah, 10 out of 10 for glass adhesion. The top on that one is a lot better actually. Still not perfect. We'll buff that out with a bit of a heat gun, but yeah, glass adhesion on all of those. I poured them super cold as well. You know when the wax sort of solidifies a bit and goes opaque? I wasn't quite sure what the temperature is because I didn't probe it. I just knew by looking at it, it was cold.
Like in the previous videos, I've got a TCR 24/12, a CL12 and a Stabilo number 12. These are my baseline wicks for all of my waxes, just because I know how they're going to work for a 200ml candle, which is what we have here.
For the sake of the video, I can't really be bothered to heat gun them, so I'm just going to push down the wax, just so we can avoid some kind of sinkholes. Now, in the name of science, this probably doesn't bode well, but I'm not that patient. Right, there we go, manually pressed each one in. I don't think it looks too bad. For the sake of what we're doing, it will be fine. I think it'll just avoid any little pockets. So let's get on with the burning. Right, we'll be back in 1 hour. Initial thoughts, I'd say the cold throw is pretty good. And the glass adhesion is really good actually. Really impressed with the glass adhesion. There was no frosting, no wet spots. The tops were a little bit bumpy, but like I said, and by my crude demonstration of just pushing it in, you can fix that with a heat gun. But yeah, we'll come back in an hour and see what's going on. 1 hour in.
So the TCR wick, melting pretty good. Still got about another third until we get to the edge. CL wick, a little, well, in the middle. CL wick in the middle. Yeah, a bit further. That's closer to the edge than the TCR. And the Stabilo wick is the last one. But yeah, I think they're all doing pretty well. The scent throw is pretty decent. I've gone for a green apple scent today. So we'll come back in 2 hours.
The TCR wick is getting a pretty decent melt pull, so that's alright. CL wick, almost to the edges, so that's working really well. And the Stabilo wick, yeah, very similar. So yeah, 3 hours in, all sort of working as expected. The TCR wick is a little bit lagging behind. So yeah, it's all working nicely. 4 hours in, you can see there's a pretty nice melt pool. The TCR is almost to the edge, but I'm confident after a bit more burning, it will go down. CL wick, also pretty decent. A little bit of mushroom occurring. And then finally the Stabilo wick. It seems to be burning the best, I think, out of the bunch, but a bit of mushrooming. The scent throw is okay, nowhere near as good as other waxes I have used. So we've gone for a bit of a power burn here. This is about 5.5 hours in. I think the TCR wick is probably working the best. I know it hasn't got quite a full melt pool, but the CL wick has got massive flame. I think overall I'm going to give this wax about 6.5 out of 10. Really good glass adhesion, lacking on the scent throw, but it's a cheap alternative.